On Friday, 3rd January 2025, after reciting Tashhud, Dawood and Surah Al-Fatiha, His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah be his helper, recited the following verse of the Holy Quran. Never shall you attain to righteousness unless you spend out of that which you love, and whatever you spend, Allah surely knows it well. The Holy Quran, chapter 3, verse 93. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that the spending of wealth in the way of Allah is an act of great virtue. Seeing as man has a great attachment to wealth, God has deemed those who spend out of that which they love, i.e., their wealth, attain the pleasure and nearness of Allah, because the true sacrifice is spending out of that which one loves. Giving preference to sacrifice over love for one's wealth. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, further quoted the promised Messiah ﷺ, who said that the manner in which one spends their wealth in the way of Allah is a marker of the level of their righteousness. In fact, the higher ranks of righteousness cannot be attained without spending out of that which they love. Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was among the most righteous. The same Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu who sacrificed all that he owned in his home for the sake of Allah the Almighty. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that today the Ahmadiyya community has truly understood the essence behind financial sacrifice, and it is a sign of the impact of the promised Messiah ﷺ that we continue to witness examples of financial sacrifices to this day. The Holy Prophet ﷺ had enjoined the offering of financial sacrifices to his companions. For example, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that there are only two kinds of people who should be envied in this world. One, who Allah the Almighty has bestowed wealth and they spend it in His way. And secondly, one whom Allah has granted understanding, knowledge, and wisdom which He uses to judge people's matters and teach them. This had such an impact on the companions that there were those who went to work in the markets only so that they may earn some amount that they could offer it in the way of Allah. These very same companions would go on to become very wealthy. Incredible sacrifice made towards the Waqfe Jadid scheme. One example. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that a man in the Gambia, upon receiving his paycheck, divided his money into two parts, one for personal use and the other for financial contributions. It so happened that he lost the portion he had set aside for personal use. He still had the other portion which he had set aside for financial contributions, but despite having needs to fulfill, he did not use that money for himself and offered it as a financial contribution. It so happened that sometime later he was able to find the money he had lost and fulfill his needs. Such is the sincerity of people today. How Waqfe Jadid funds are utilized around the world. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that just like any divine community, the Ahmadiyya community requires funds for the running of operations, such as mosques and mission houses. In Africa, though people are not wealthy, there are many mission houses and mosques that require funds to be operational. Currently in Africa, there are 7,953 mosques that have been built, while 306 are under construction. And there are 1,860 mission houses. There are 400 central missionaries and more than 2,000 local missionaries. Then there are the South American countries and the islands, which require help from the central headquarters to fulfill their financial needs, running expenditures and literature costs, etc. All of these needs are fulfilled through the Tarbiyyat Jadid and Waqfe Jadid schemes. There are so many needs, yet somehow God keeps providing the means to fulfill them. If the amounts collected in Tarbiyyat Jadid and Waqfe Jadid which come to the central headquarters were combined, it would amount to 30 to 31 million. The annual grant being given to about 106 countries in the world alone is equal to this amount. Then there are various Jamias, Ahmadiyya Institutes of Languages and Theology, for which grants are required. Then there is MTA, Muslim Television Ahmadiyya, which requires millions of pounds. There are also the expenditures of central headquarters. Allah the Almighty provides the means for all these expenditures to be fulfilled in ways that one is not able to comprehend, even when it may seem that the expenses are too high and cannot be fulfilled. God Almighty provides the means for them to be fulfilled. Report of 2024 and announcements of the 67th year of Waqfe Jadid. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that he would present some statistics from the previous year of Waqfe Jadid. By the grace of Allah, the 66th year of Waqfe Jadid came to an end on 31st of December. The community presented more than £14.6 million in sacrifices, an increase of £736,000 from last year, despite difficult financial conditions in the world. The ranking of countries in terms of collection is as follows. First, UK. Second, Canada. Third, Germany. Fourth, USA. Fifth, India. Sixth, Australia. Seventh, a Middle Eastern country. 8, Indonesia. 9, a Middle Eastern country. And 10, Belgium. The prominent countries in Africa in terms of donations are as follows. First, Ghana. Second, Mauritius. 3, Burkina Faso. 4th, Tanzania. 5th, Liberia. 6th, the Gambia. 7th, Nigeria. 8, Sierra Leone. 9, Benin. And 10, Congo-Kinshasa. Appeal for prayers amid precarious circumstances for Ahmadis around the world. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, prayed that may Allah bless the wealth and lives of all those who made financial sacrifices. May 2025 be filled with blessings for the Ahmadiyya community. May Allah protect the community from every evil. The extremist factions in Pakistan continue to rise up against the Ahmadiyya community, making it unsafe for Ahmadis. May Allah the Almighty swiftly procure the means for the perpetrators of these injustices to be taken to task, and may He protect the Ahmadis. These people also have their sights set on Rabbah. May Allah keep it safe.